So this was a Facebook deal. Ended up paying 80, which is not great. But when you're addicted to crack carts, you do what you gotta do. Picked up a Game Boy, beat up shape, with Tecmo Bowl, Super Mario Land, Battle Unit CL. It's like a $20 game. Final Fantasy Legend is also like a $25 game. NFL is not worth much. Empire Strikes Back, Super Mario World, Super Mario All-Stars, Mystic Quest, and the best game at the lot was Mystical Ninja. It's like a maybe $55 game. So for 80 bucks, like I said, it's not super great, but it's also not a bad deal. So at the pawn shop, paid 20 for everything. These are missing the receivers, but I've been looking for them for a while, so either way, I should be able to get the receiver. Like I said, 20 bucks for everything. Mario and Sonic, Sega Superstars, Tennis, Toy Story, Mario Sluggers, Resorts, and Mario Kart.
Later.
So this was a Facebook deal. Paid 50 bucks for Mario All-Stars, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which I should be able to get maybe 80 to 90 bucks. And the game that I'm going to keep is Kirby Superstars. Altogether, 50 bucks. I should be able to make 100 out of these two games and keep the Kirby game for free and make maybe a little extra cash. Later. So this was a Facebook deal. I ended up paying $103 for it. Jungle Green N64 with expansion pack, OEM controller, a super pad which is not worth much, but for 103 bucks. And I also picked up a Strawberry Frosty, which is fantastic, and for 103 bucks, can't complain. Later. At the Flea, best day at the Flea in years. I picked up this stack of stuff for 30 bucks. There are two PS2 Fast, one Slim, one Wii, some controllers, some PSPs, some of them are damaged. Grand Theft Auto 5, that was 30. The beer taps is thanks to Chad Juice. I only paid 15 bucks for all of them, so that should be okay. Then another vendor got me a whole bunch of video games, N64, the headsets, and everything here was 100 bucks. There's a whole lot of N64 cards, and I believe the only one I didn't have was the Banjo-Kazooie, the Player's Choice, which is good to have. I didn't have it in my collection, so good to add that. I believe that was the last one I needed for Player's Choice, and for last was only 5 bucks for all these games. It's a new vendor I never seen, and the best game of the lot was Mega Man Battle Network 4, Red Sun, and altogether that was only 5 bucks. So this game by itself goes for good money. So very happy to be able to pick all of this up. I think total I paid 130, 45, 150 for everything. Later. This was a Facebook deal. I ended up paying 90 bucks for everything. The guy had 11 games in a picture, but he said he had 19 of them. Like I said, I paid 90 just because it had 8 mystery games and I just needed to see what they were. They didn't turn out to be anything that great. The games are in kind of, they are in bad condition. I should be able to make my money back in a little bit more, but nothing super great. Maybe Contra 3 is the best game, but besides that, nothing super crazy. And for 90 bucks, it's not bad, but it's not really the greatest sale ever. Later. Alright guys, so here my pickups for the last week or so. As always, we do pawn shop, flea markets, thrift stores, garage sales, and everything in between. It was a really good week. A lot of cards, a lot of stuff that I'm going to add to the collection. A big garage sale score. And to show you kind of a preview of what I picked up. This figure was 10 bucks at that same garage sale. I figure I pick it up because the guy really gave me a great deal on a bucket full of games. So we'll show that when we get there. This was 10 bucks. Really cool. I get to add it to the game room. And we'll get started right away. At a pawn shop, picked up The Last of Us Part 2. This is like the special edition. I believe it's PAL, but still, for 10 bucks, I wanted to add it to the collection. Next deal was from Facebook, I believe. I paid 80 bucks, which is a little high. It wasn't a crazy great deal, but it also wasn't bad either, so I should do okay. Picked up a Game Boy with Mario Land, Tecmo Bowl. This game that I can't, Battle Unit CL. I didn't have. It's like a $20 game. NFL football, The Empire Strikes Back, Super Mario World. I believe Super Mario All-Stars may have been in this same deal too. The best two games were Final Fantasy Legends, which is maybe like a $25 game, and Mystical Ninja, maybe like a $50 game. So I should be able to make all my money back and be happy with that. At the other pawn shop, paid $10 for the Acclaim, the remote controllers. There is no receiver, but I should be able to find that for cheap. So that was $10. I also paid $10 for Mario Sluggers, Mario Olympic Game, Toy Story Mania. For some reason I keep buying this game because it has the glasses, and I just realized that I have like 3 copies of that, so I gotta get rid of a couple. Mario Kart, Sega Superstars, and Wii Sports Resort. And like I said, for the controllers and the games was $20, so it's not bad at all. This was Facebook, paid $100 for a Jungle Green N64 with expansion pack that already sold, with the controller, and I paid $100, which is a little high, I think, but I still should be able to double up my money. The expansion packs nowadays go for about $50. The system should be around $150, so I cannot complain about that. Next deal was from Facebook. I picked up for $50, I believe, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Complete. I believe there was a Super Mario All-Stars in there also, and a game to finally I get to add to the collection is Kirby Superstars. I didn't have this game. I had it once before, but I got rid of it, so happy to add this to the collection. This game should be about a $60-$70 game. This should be about $70, $80, $90, something like that. And for $50 plus the Mario All-Stars, cannot complain. The next deal was from the flea market. This day in the flea market went really, really well. I ended up paying $30 for this first lot. Then I'll move to the next one, and then I'll show the other one. For this lot, Final Fantasy, Grand Theft Auto 5 was there. This Xbox One controller, a Move controller. Let me see if I can move this around. A Wii was there, it's working. PS2 Slim is working. This PS2 Fat ended up not working. And this was $30, everything for $30, so it was really cheap. And this other PS2 Fat did work. Both of the PSPs do work. One of them does not have the battery cover. Both of the batteries are blown out, so I should be able to sell them easily for $30. It's not a bad deal at all. I believe that same day, I saw a couple of new vendors that I never seen. They wanted $5 for all these games, and I was not going to fight them. Animal Crossing DS, Yu-Gi-Oh! This is like a $40 game. Dragon Ball Z, it's like another $40 game. Spyro, the beginning. Even has some Game Boy Advance games, Revenge of the Sith, Harry Potter, and Elite Beats. And the best game out of the lot, and probably what would have been the pickup of the week if I didn't have this other game that I picked up later on the garage sale, was Mega Man Battle Network Red Sun 4. Battle Network 4 Red Sun. This game goes for about $150. It needs an ironing and it needs some cleanup, but I think I can do well with it and clean it up and add it to the collection. I didn't have it in box, so very happy and excited to pick this up for $5. So basically I paid maybe 70-80 cents for a Mega Man game for the Game Boy Advance Complete. And then as I was leaving, one of the vendors that had told me that he had some games actually called me over. This basically happened about 3 weeks ago. He told me he had some games. He said he was gonna bring them, and like most of the vendors, they never bring them, but this time he did bring them. He called me over. He said, I got some of the games. He says he still has more. So for $100, I picked all of this up. N64, it did have an expansion pack that sold already, and then I picked up about 17 games for the N64. Mario Golf, NFL Quarterback Club, Wipeout 64, Ridge Racer 64, Bass Hunter 64, Namco Museum, NFL Blitz, Rugrats, Glover, Super Mario World, Smash Bros, Mario Kart, and keep in mind this is all for $100, which is an amazing deal. Wave Race, Mario Party, Mario Kart, and the only game that I needed out of everything was Banjo-Kazooie, and just because it was the greatest hits or whatever they call it for this system, player's choice they call it for this system. So very happy to add that for $100. And one thing I forgot to show you, I also picked up these 840 headsets. They do work. This is mainly for gamers, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this because I really don't play, I don't play that hard for any game, so I don't think I'm going to keep it, but we will see. But for $100, it's an awesome deal. I think I can get good money for that. And again, all these games are gonna make me good money. Get to keep that, so very excited. Then the next thing was from actually Marketplace, but it was online. I never done this before. I saw this for $20, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance. If I lose $20, I really didn't care because it was worth the gamble. I picked up just the case for Wind Waker and the Master Quest combination cart, whatever you call that case. And there's a little fading right here, but for $20 I can put it together with all, basically you need the Master Quest. Let me see if I can open this up. You'll need Wind Waker and you'll need the Master Quest, but you can put all the manuals there, and once it's complete, this is like an $180 game all day. You don't find this case often, so for $20 on Facebook I picked it up right away, and I took a chance, and thankfully it worked out. The next deal was from, I believe this was Facebook, and I overpaid. He had a picture with 11 games, a couple of decent ones, and he said he wanted, I believe if I am correct, he said he wanted $100. I offered 80, then he told me that he had 8 extra games, and I just wanted to take a chance just because I figured if I get lucky, I'll pick up some really good games for free. But if I don't get lucky, I should be able to make my money back. When I got there, the games were not in great condition. I should be able again to make my money back, but it wasn't really one of those great deals. X-Men, Killer Instinct, Lion King. I think this is the Marvin Missions. This Warriors Woods is awful. Donkey Kong Country, Spider-Man, Super Mario World, Beavis and Butthead, Miss Pac-Man, Primal Rage, let me see this out of the phone, Primal Rage, World Heroes, Radius 3, another Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 3, and the best game out of the lot was Country 3, the Aliens Wars. This should get me between 40 and 50, so at least I won't lose that much money, or I won't lose any money at all. But the point was maybe to get lucky and catch a really good game. I didn't, but I'm not mad at it. I'm okay with it. Then the last sale was basically on a Sunday. It was around 12 o'clock, and I saw an ad on Facebook in my town, maybe 5 minutes away from me, saying garage sale. He had a whole bunch of Funko Pops. I went there. He said, I asked him if he had any games. He showed me a bucket full of games. He wanted, I think he ended up wanting 90, but then I ended up buying this, a couple of Funko Pops, so I ended up paying 120. Then his friend, as I was taping or recording something, the guy said, are you into GameCube? I said yes, and when I went back in, I picked up another game for another $10. So I think altogether I paid 130 after all said and done. I will show you all the consoles, no controllers, no cables, because if not, I will have no space. Sega Dreamcast with controller, all the AVs, all that stuff was there. Sega Genesis, Model 2, all complete was also there. SNES Classic was there. And SNES, I don't even know where to put this. So that was that. Then I'm going to show you some of the games. Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3, Mortal Kombat, Aladdin, Sonic 2, Sonic 1, Batman Returns, NBA Jam, Terminator 2, Risk, Power Rangers, the movie Power Rangers, Toy Story, Streets of Rage 2, another Sonic 3, another Sonic 2, Arch Rivals, Fatal Fury, Golden Axe, X-Men, which is the only game that was in rough shape, Maximum Carnage is like a $40 game, Rocket Knight Adventures, it's like a $35, $40 games, Sonic Adventure, Crazy Taxi 2. This was the first Paper Mario that he had. He had taken out a GameCube. He also had Luigi's Mansion and a couple of other games. He didn't want to let him go, and I wasn't going to fight him about it. He only wanted 10 for that Paper Mario. Then his friend called me over, and he said he had another Paper Mario, and he only wanted 10 bucks, so I picked that up too. That's an easy 230 bucks by themselves on those games right there. He also has some Super Nintendo games, Battletoads, Double Dragon. Maximum Carnage is up to like $50 right now. X-Men. Mega Man X. Captain America. Tetris Attack. Firepower 2000. Punch Out. Super Mario World. Street Fighter 2. And the best games and all the games that I get to keep and add to the collection are Gunstar Heroes. It's like a $90 game. Hard Corps. It's like another $50, $60 game. Truxton. Very happy to pick that up. And then I picked up the pickup of the week. At the sale over there, paid $120. There is a whole bunch of stuff, really cool stuff. Truxton, Ninja Turtles, Hard Corps, everything is there for $120. There's a Genesis, there is a Super Nintendo, there's a Mini, the Stranger Things are for my nephew, so altogether $120.
You looking for GameCube?
Yeah.
I got one.
You got games?
I got the Super Mario one.
So, the pickup of the week was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist. This game, I have never in all my years picked it up. Always wanted it, could never find it. It's probably not the most expensive game out of everything that I picked up, but it's probably the one that made me the happiest just because I never found it. So very happy to add it to the collection. That tax sale was insane. I added everything up and price charting. I don't think I will show you because I just can't. I can't deal with dealing with all that stuff. But it was over $1,000 worth of stuff. Maybe $1,200, $1,300. It was an amazing sale. Very excited to be able to pick this up. One of the games that had kind of been avoiding me for a very long time. Like I said, I never seen it out there. I've seen it in stores and all that stuff, but never in person. Again, not that expensive. Probably not even the most expensive game in here, but it was just made my day. The week was sensational. The Contra, all the cars, Nintendo 64s, all the Genesis, this, the Jungle Green, the Zelda. Very happy to pick that up. The Kirby is going to the collection. I believe I didn't have this variant for Sonic, so I'll keep that. I will keep Banjo-Kazooie. It was just an amazing week. Hard Corps I get to keep. Truxton, Gunstar Heroes I get to keep. So overall, it was just fantastic. Great week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hopefully, we will see you all next week. Later.